I'm Charlie. And I'm Hannah. We recommend you grab a piece of paper and a pencil to take notes on what you're about to hear.
We hope you enjoy and know that you can always skip to different parts of the video or different questions.
Bye!
I decided to start my cookie business because I really want to help my neighbors out, and I know that COVID has really affected lots of that and that we haven't been able to talk and such. So I decided to add a little bit of sweetness to their world and give them some cookies. I also really wanted to make some money, and I didn't want to continually be doing chores around the house because that got boring over time. Yeah, that's a good question. So I put lots of thought into it, and actually I got the idea for my cookie business. My mom saw on Instagram that one of her friend's daughters did it, so that's how I came up with it. I'm not clever enough on my own to think of that, but the way I did it is I designed a flyer, so it showed the prices of it, when I would be delivering the cookies, and how you could contact me. And then when I sent the flyer out, I also gave some free samples so that the customers could get an idea for what they would be getting. And then I drove them around and dropped them off to all the people I was hoping to get business from. And that seemed to be really good, and I was able to get lots of people from that, so that was awesome. That was how I did it.
That's really cool. You mentioned something about prices in there. What were your prices?
Oh yeah, so I tried to make it so that they were relatively reasonable prices, and since I didn't have a lot of sources to go off of, I mainly just kind of copied what I saw on the Instagram post, but I did change a couple things. So I had 4 different options, I believe. I had just single time, like 1 delivery, single time, 1 dozen cookies, and then the same thing, but it was 2 dozen cookies. And the 1 dozen cookies was, I believe, $10, so it wasn't quite $1 per cookie. And then the 2 dozen cookies was $20. And then I also had, my other 2 options were a dozen cookies every week for a month. So it was monthly deliveries, like a subscription kind of. And I believe that was $35, yeah. So not quite $40, so it was a deal. So since I am not 16 and not legally allowed to drive, and I didn't try it, but I asked my parents to drive me around, and in return, I would obviously clean the kitchen after I baked, but then I also believe I gave them some of the money that I earned. Also, something important that I did, instead of using their ingredients that they had already purchased, I bought my own ingredients with my money, and I eventually made profit off of that. But before I sold cookies, before I had any money from the business, I bought my own ingredients so that my parents would be more willing and they didn't have to spend any of their money. But anyways, back to the driving question. I asked them to drive me around, and I didn't ask them to drive me far. I think the farthest distance was like 15 or 20 minutes. But it was pretty good, and it wasn't like long hours of driving, and some of the houses I could even walk to, which was awesome. But I tried to not make it super inconvenient for them.
So it was 10% for them if they drove you, or?
I believe so, yeah, 5 or 10%. And I wasn't bribing them or anything. They were willing, but I didn't want to make them take lots of effort and have to drive me around for nothing.
Did your parents seem to enjoy this?
I would say they were really glad that I was making money instead of just sitting around, because there was, obviously with COVID, not a lot to do, so it was great for me to be able to find a way to keep myself entertained, but I think they were also happy that I was being productive and finding something to do, so I think they were pretty happy with it, and that it was a good experience.
So, if it was 10 minutes, so could you not just do it in your neighborhood?
Yeah, so I did have a couple people, actually the the lady who lived 20 minutes away, I didn't originally give out a flyer, but she heard about it and contacted my mom and asked if she could have some. And she was just a one and done, so it wasn't multiple times that we had to go back and forth to her house, which was great. And there weren't a lot of people who just heard about it, who I hadn't given flyers to, but the people I gave flyers to were mainly in my neighborhood. Then there were a couple of people who were not.
I hope you liked it. If you did, and you're thinking about making your own cookie business, watch part 2. It's just as important. Also, if you want us to do a different business, then just put it in the comments. I'll see you later. Bye.